right, good morning. Welcome back to Beans Cottage Fitness, Farms, Property, Wildlife, and just generally, hey, let's talk about some things. Well, it's Monday morning, and I decided not to start out at dark 30, get a little bit extra sleep, and I still picked up a pretty nice job I'm on my way to do. Well, it got me thinking about things, so about drama and external and internal pressures that people have on their everyday life. And I think to such degrees, everyone has this going on at some point or another in their lives, and they have to try to work things out. And that's a lot of times when you're talking to people and you're saying, well, wow, why did they say that? Well, maybe there was something going on in their life that they just had to kind of get something out, or maybe they're subconsciously trying to give you a hint, that things were not just all rosy and cherry on the inside as they look on the outside. And if you're trying to deal with these things, and I think most of us are, like that one step to another, and it comes and goes, is you have to kind of look at what changes do I need to make, if any, and what will be the response or reaction to those changes, and how accurate will I be able to predict what those changes are. And remember, there's always theory, there's always field testing, and then there's always reality. And rarely do they ever have the same outcome. So when you are dealing with these external or internal pressures, one of the better things to do is to stop back first of all and think about it. Don't react emotionally. Emotionally is usually aggressive and a lot of times can be hurtful. But to sit back and try to look at it logically and try to look at, what am I doing? What are they doing? What is the circumstance? And what, if anything, can I do to change the direction of this outcome? Sometimes there's nothing you can do. And a lot of times when I talk to people that are worried about what's going on in other parts of the world, I ask them, how does this affect you? And almost all the time they say, well, it doesn't. Then why worry about it? Well, I want to be compassionate. Well, be compassionate to yourself. Be compassionate to your community. Be compassionate to your state, your country. All right, it's got to start at home. It's so easy to be compassionate about something that's removed so far away that you really don't have to deal with it. Are there terrible things happening in the world? All the time. All the time. Sometimes there's bad things happening in your family, in your neighborhood, in your community, in your nation. All right, and if you can't do anything about those things, the worst thing you can do is waste time brooding about it, waste time worrying about it. I'm not saying being oblivious, but don't put the effort in that it deserves, and save that time to put effort in things that will better benefit you. Therefore, you'll be more at the benefit of other people. Always say, take care of yourself first. So what you got to look at is when you have these pressures and that, you got to look at, what am I doing and what is the outcome? And if I'm doing X and I'm always getting Y, then I got to stop doing X. All right, because X ain't working. Y is completely happening every time I do X. And I don't like Y. So I need to stop doing X. Whatever that may be. And sometimes it'll be emotionally or personally painful initially, but it needs to be done. And it's the old, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. If you continually accept a situation and you're continually doing the same thing to try to to fix that situation, and it doesn't change, well, then shame on you. You've got to do something different. And sometimes it may be something that's emotionally painful. And, we need to grow through life. And that growth never stops. our change in life never stops. It shouldn't. If you are the same person you were 10 years ago, you didn't grow. All right? I mean, I don't necessarily mean it in a bad way, but we should always try to develop ourselves to the next level, whatever that level would be. So what I'm saying is, if you don't like the outcome Y, well, then change the input X and see if that'll change it. But don't sit and brood. Don't sit on the couch and just get upset. Don't sit there and think, oh, it must be me. But it takes two to tango. And be active. And if you can't think of a solution, be active and do something that's good for you. Go out and work. And something that you enjoy doing, gardening, lawn work, whatever. Putting a puzzle together, reading a book. Go to the gym. Do something that's going to benefit you. And a lot of times it'll help you think of a better solution. So it's Monday. Hope everybody has a good start to it. Remember, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, hydration, safety. And just get in the gym or walk out in the sun.